Yo, what's up? Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 tips to life that I wish somebody would have told me probably about 33 years ago. So let's get started. Number 1 is you can't fuck up your life. You can't mess up your life. Like, you came here to experience an exact avatar. So if you think about this, like, my avatar is Chris Douglas. I came in as this like country kid who had a dream of going to the city and then ended up becoming a nurse because he didn't know what he wanted to do, and then he absolutely hated it and he needed an exit, and then he found his love for adventure and travel and shooting content and being a creator. And like, honestly, like, that's my story. But if you think about it, like, no matter what, I've endlessly been brought back to what I came here to do, and there's been no way around what I came here to do, if that makes sense. Like, I couldn't mess up this path, more or less could I create it, because even sometimes when I look back at my life, I'm like, how in the hell did I get here? Like, how did this all happen? But then it's like, I think that's the beauty of it. It's like, you can't mess up your experience. You are literally here to experience a life and a form and a full story. And if you think about it, like, you are currently living out your story, even though it might not seem like it. Like, think of any story arc, whether it's a Disney movie to, like, you know, the movie 300. You have a character, they set out on a journey. It gets really hard. They hit challenges. They hit a peak where they're like, they make it to the top of the mountain, they're like, woo, we did it. And then it starts to fall off, and then it resolutes, and then the story ends, right? You're living that. Your life is a story arc, and you're essentially, if you're going through a low right now, just know it's going to be followed with a high. And if you're somewhere in your life that doesn't make sense, like, don't compare where you're at to where you want to be. Just hold the vision of where you want to be, and life will endlessly get you there. And it might even surprise you, and you might even be like, holy shit, I didn't know this was for me. And then you'll experience it and be like, this is my thing. It happens, like. And when that happens, it's dope as fuck, because even in sitting with ayahuasca, it was showing me stuff about space that I was like not even conscious of. And then I was like, holy shit, like, I want to go to space. I didn't realize I wanted to go to space. How am I going to space? And as soon as I said how, I was like, nope, stop, shut that down. It's not how, it's who. And it's almost, be curious about where you're going in life and how you're going to get to your dreams and how they're going to happen, or how you can be surprised. Just allow it all to unfold. Like, literally, like, have fun and enjoy every fucking step of the way, because you're going to be surprised one day and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this video changed my life. He was so right. Yeah. Number 2, chase your passion and purpose. Like, I can't emphasize this enough. If you look at the underlying theme of when I was a nurse or when I was even a little kid up until now, adventure and travel has always been there. Like, there's nothing that feels me more than just exploring or finding someplace new and walking around and like going off the path and like seeing where it leads, right? Like, you got to find out what that is for you. And no matter what it is, just allow it to be implemented in every version of your life. So for instance, back when, as a kid, I'd take a 4-wheeler out and I'd go explore. And as they're building a golf course, I feel like I was, exploring a whole new fucking land. And then when I was a nurse, I wanted to be a travel nurse. And when I did it, I was out exploring like the Northeast and New Hampshire. And I was like, this is life. I love this. Even though I hated nursing, I was like, adventure travel. This is dope. And then last year, like, I went to Guatemala, Bali, Costa Rica, Seattle, Austin, Texas, Vegas. I went all these spots and I endlessly was exploring, and I loved it. Like, I didn't have to be going anywhere with any agenda. I just had to go explore. So you got to find out what that is for you. And a really good book for that is called Ikigai by Hector Garcia. It's essentially like what you love to do, what the world needs, what skills you have, and what you can be paid to do. When you find what your Ikigai is, you can apply it to any aspect of life, and it will bring you energy. It literally gives you energy. It brings you life force energy or dopamine, and you're like, oh my God. And like, you could be watering tomatoes every day, and as long as that's your Ikigai, it'll bring you energy to carry out everything else. And you just got to understand what brings you, what your passions are, what brings you fulfillment, and what makes you feel those good feelings inside. Because otherwise, like, why would you be here if you weren't living, doing those things, right? Like, enjoy every fucking second of what you do, and make sure that you're doing things that you enjoy. Stop people pleasing for, people who don't appreciate you and what you do. And yeah, don't be around people who don't appreciate you, period. And that's number 3 is attract, don't chase. Like, I'm at this spot in my life, and if you're here too, like, this is really pivotal, is like, don't do things to please other people. Do things that you love, and do things that you love so much that you don't need anybody else to do it with, because then once you go through the test or the trial of like, are you really into this? You'll start attracting the most authentic people into your life. And if you've had a journey like me where I've been like, in the sense I was taught to like people please and do what everybody else wanted, to be a part of it and create space for myself, that's so wrong. Like, I have found the most fulfillment and understanding for myself and self-love by simply just doing things that nobody else wants to do, and I'm doing them alone, and I'm like, dang, I wish I had friends here. But at the end of it, I'm like, I'm more happy doing those things alone than I was doing things with other people that wasn't an interest to me, for instance. So in a sense, but when you carry this out, you'll find that deepest sense of self, which is part of the test, right? Why would God or the universe give you people around you if you're being tested? So just do what you love and do it so much that other people start attracting in. They can feel your essence. They can see that you're doing something that you absolutely love. And if you do that enough, you're going to start creating a circle of people who start to attract in because they understand you, they understand their vision, and you're meant to awaken them to pull them in too, in a sense, if that makes sense. I mean, that's pretty philosophical, but in a sense, like, think about it like, if you're so authentic to yourself, you are going to attract other people in to be authentic to themselves. And as they see you, they're going to want that in their life, and you're going to essentially mirror to them what they need to bring into their life to feel the fulfillment and passion that you are currently creating. That's deep. Man, I hope you guys can stay over that. So with that being said, there's 3 rules of life. Number 1, you cannot mess up your life. You're going to live it, and you're going to live it so fucking well. And if the universe needs to, it'll intervene to get you back on your path. Number 2, find your passion, find your purpose, find what fulfills you. And number 3, love it so much that you attract other people in and you stop chasing, because then you will find your tribe, you'll find your thing. And just know, no matter what, you can't mess it up. You're always going to find your way there. Peace out, y'all. Have a good day.